Good afternoon. It's great to be here for you today. You may know it, but there is currently a lot of migration in the world to different factors such as the economy, better quality of life, etc. Anyone? Well, then today as a group, we will explain three important impacts of migration of the set of identify. For many years, the presence of immigrant studying in classroom has been more an anecdotal fact than something that happened normally. However, today cultural diversity acquires a new dimension as a result of migration movement. In addition, one of the main debates was about the proof of success or failure of the student. According to that study, 41% of first generation studying indicate a weak set of identify, compared to 33%. 31% of this first generation has low satisfaction with life, while 28% of the rest of the study body does not experience in this situation. Depression and anxiety related to the difficulty of accepting their roots is also a significant and important point in this study, since 67% of migrant studies say they have in compared to 61%. Next, please. In simple terms, the role of the society that welcome these young people is essential in maintaining social cohesion. Education can help immigrants to acquire skills and contribute to the economy of the host country. Now I will give the pace of my partner, Brian.
Thanks, Jimmy. Now, my idea is to put you in the shoes of these migrants, of how they feel about this impact of migration. Imagine that you are in your job and you are the best at it. But for personal reason or economic reasons, you have to move to another country with another culture, a culture to which it is very to work. That is a great impact of problem of immigration, which is poor integration and adaptation to the cultures, economies, and ways of life of a countries. Next, okay, but this didn't happen overnight. Since one of the first attempts to understand the adaptation of immigrations to the host cultures was raising the beginning of the last century through the melting pot theory. The basic idea is that immigrants, regardless of their ethnic and culture origin, once they arrive in the host society, gradually assume the new culture as their own and build a common culture life with everyone else. However, this theory did not explain many difficulties in the adaptation process. Next. But that is not all. Another impact of adaptation that also greatly affects migrants is the use of language and accent. Imagine that you travel to a country with a language is totally different from your without having learned it. Adapting will be almost impossible, according to Barry. And now I will pass you with my partner, Daira.
Thank you, Ryan. In this part, I will comment on the discrimination of many Mexicans by the United States populations. Next, please. Did you know that in the United States, very relevant fact is that discrimination is usually aggravated by some other condition of vulnerability? Well, in this is gender, age, economic situations, and in particular immigration status. I tell you that in the United States in 2015, there were about 36.9 million people of Mexican origin in the United States. Next, please. The second point is referring to stereotypes that tend to prejudice migrate as is the cause of Venezuelans. Next, please. Due to its social, economic, and political situations, Venezuela has caused more than 5 million people to leave the country. Many Latin Americans countries have welcomed to the majority of Venezuelans migrate, but you know that a very important fact, this in the registration of migratory information to the country of Peru from the year 2017 to 2022, it has seen that there are 1 million Venezuelans. However, this is in the cause of the registration of the formal aspect. On the contrary, the informal aspect in gender then that leads to the entry of convict people to Peru, and well, then everything become a stereotype and making a generality that they are bad, and that is also why many Belarusians don't get work and mostly they are leave the Peru. So these are the main impact of migration in the sense of identity. In fact, there are more impact, but the most prominent are this. My hope is that in the future there will be a solution for this impact. Thank you for listening to us.